The topic of this video is our fourth stop on our 2025 road trip to California at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science in Denver, Colorado. In my videos where there's a lot of content to see, like national parks, museums, and that sort of thing, I record a lot, more than most people probably would. And the reason I do that is because people can just fast forward through if there's something boring to them or something like that. So I have no problem with that. I have had quite a few people, though, thank me for putting a lot in some of these videos because they're unable to travel for medical, health, other reasons. And they really enjoy being able to see what's in these places. So that's the reason I do it. So feel free to fast forward if you need to. It won't hurt my feelings a bit. Thanks. I created this table of contents of the approximate time and location of the various subjects we encountered in the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Fantastic museum. Focuses mostly on nature and wildlife, more so to say than science, but it was a wonderful museum. But if you want to look, just zero in on discoveries in Colorado, gems and minerals, the fin whale, how to make a diorama, dinosaurs, etc. This list should help you in case you don't have time to watch the entire video. So I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy watching it. The fourth stop on our trip to California was the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, obviously located in Denver, Colorado. We'll zoom in a little bit here. As you can see, it's located here. It's a park, basically a city park. So it's a very nice location. So we spent, probably, I don't know, 4 hours there or something like that. It was well worth the trip. Of course, when you love nature and science like we do, we like almost anything to do with it. This was particularly good. We really like to see dinosaurs, and they've got a number of them there, as you can see up here. So we'll take a look at what we saw, and I hope you enjoy it. We found out too late, well, after the fact, that we had just passed the correct entrance where all the parking area was. It was between the correct place to go in would have been between the museum and a city park entrance. This looked like the main entrance, but we found out that no, this was parking for buses and things like that. So it would have been a turn to the right just before we got to this one. We found out we were trying to park on the wrong side. So we need to park between the museum and that city park over there. We're
and I'm gonna stay out of your way.
Have parked here at the museum parking lot. There's a lot of construction going on in the parking area. That's what some of that noise was.
Look how long that Ocean Paradise is.
This photo shows how awesome this T-Rex display was and how beautiful my wife is, and it was also a significant motivation for me to go on a diet as soon as we got home.
That's just gigantic.
Let's go get our tickets. We've visited dozens of museums all over the country, and we both agree this Denver Museum of Science and Nature was one of the best that we've ever seen as far as quality of the displays and everything else about it. Excellent. It's like a pretty large eating area. They got a T-Rex cafe. With all my videos, I try not to record other people's conversations. Another issue you can have with YouTube is if there's music playing, unless you've got a license to it, YouTube will typically give you a rejection for copyright infringement. So that's why I'll silence some of these, and we're just walking around with no sound.
why is that a big open jaw? Last gas.
What's dislocated?
Yeah, it definitely got,
Yeah.
but, let's see if I have it here. So this is a different kind of dinosaur, but they call it the classic dinosaur. So when a dinosaur lands somewhere, falls on the ground, whatever, over time, if it's on dry ground, that spine just contracts. Yeah. And look at the end, it's like maybe that's what this is that. And so this will be curved. So if that's vertical. So this one is that way. And the legs will turn. And then over time, what I think is there's two different things here. But they don't have to work. So if they think of how that this is underneath and preserved. And so I asked them, I said, did you guys look under here? They said,
This is interesting. So it's in January 2025, the museum conducted a deep core drilling operation to learn more about the geology under City Park and its potential to support a geothermal heating system for the museum. But at 763 feet, it's hard to see this, below the surface of the museum's parking lot, they encountered a fossilized bone. The bone is a vertebra from a plant-eating dinosaur that roamed the swampy Denver period. Only 2 other instances of dinosaur bones have been found in cores have been reported in the world. And there it is, where that red arrow is. Recording with it. This is the KT boundary when the dinosaurs were wiped out. This is an actual slab showing the actual KT boundary right here.
is this rendering rock, this concretion on the ground. The very first one I picked up, cracked, and it was amazing.
Tyler had cracked the code. Soon he and Ian began finding fossils everywhere. And not just mammoths, crocodiles, ancient turtles. All kinds of creatures were hidden in the rock. Ian, the paleobotanist, focused his attention on the plants that first recovered. And after that, the asteroids.
This is really good. They've got very good translations in Spanish for all the displays.
Ferns.
Opportunity Rover, this is one of the earlier ones.
That book back there, don't
This is a fake Mars space station.
I guess that's what they would have
Right.
seen.
They'd be looking out on that, something like that. Of course, I doubt they'd really build it where it's so rocky. They're gonna have it probably on a plane, I would think, anyway. Unless they think the rocks would protect it, maybe. what it's like in the space station.
Use the wrench.
I'm not sure exactly what this is. Oh, it's thrust. That's what it is. You can move the rockets around. See? That's neat. That'd drive a cat crazy. Three main types of meteorites: iron, stony iron meteorites, and then stony meteorites. Interesting.
Were we just in here? I think we were.
Yeah, I came in here. According to the display, this aquamarine specimen here is North America's largest. This thing was amazing to look at that. I think that they were able to save that intact somehow. This GEMS display room was dark, and they had the display cases lit up pretty well so to focus on the gems. And I understand why they did that. So anyway, I just want to take a quick look through here to show you all the amazing variety of different gems from Colorado and all over the world that they had on display here. Pretty impressive. This is reconstructed from, I guess, silver mines in Mexico. Wow. Really neat. This young lady was playing some beautiful music, but to avoid any kind of copyright infringement, I had to block out most of the sound anywhere near the piano because you could just hear it all over this floor. So that's why there's no sound.
Oh, Lord.
Nature's rainbow.
Look at that cock of the rock. They were on that. That
What?
is just stunning. That is a bird. It's called the cock of the rock. It's just amazing.
Cock of the rock. I get reflections in this. It's a little hard to see.
Summer tanager. How about that? Golden parakeet. I hate that these poor little animals are in here.
Oh, wow. That is an amazing display. It's all part of the Travis Butterfly Collection. Yeah. Hate to see all these things stuck on a wall in a museum, but I guess it's the only way we get to see them. Their color is slight interfering. It's not pigments. It's good.
I would absolutely die.
That got on you? That would be creepy.
Die.
Fin whale. Gosh, when it's born, it's 20 feet long.
Wow.
It said only blue whales are larger. I'd never even heard of them before. We'll go in here. There's a lot to see in this museum. What? Oh, Yeah, that's their prehistoric
Please,
thing, I think.
please listen.
Which way you want to go?
I will go ahead.
Okay. Wildlife Museum. This is a Ponderosa pine slice. It's back to 1429. Well, we got plenty of white-tailed deer, South Carolina. Pronghorn.
That is a fantastic display.
Yeah, it is. They're super fast, aren't they?
Yes, they're the fastest land mammal in North America. They might possibly be probably the fastest antelope in the world. It's the only antelope in North America.
They're not a deer, are they? They follow their women, just like me. Shows their tracks in there. How bison scratch their backs.
Look at its hooves.
Needs to have his hoofs trimmed. They just had to deal with it, didn't they? These things are big.
They're bigger than that. Much bigger. That's not the biggest.
They get up to 2,000 pounds. Now that's a rack on this elk. Their bugling sounds interesting. We'll push the button and hear it. We've heard that in real before. California. Brown bear, also grizzly. They got a hump on their back, as you can see on these. Bearing ground grizzly in the Arctic. Interesting. I didn't realize there was a difference. Northern fur seal. I tell you, the fur trade is just horrible. Sounds of the island. Look at the size of that walrus. That is huge. Walrus can suck the meat from a clam in 6 seconds and eat 7,000 in a day.
This large bull weighs about 3,000 pounds. I think what's bigger than that? Tooth. California sea lion. These are pretty good size too. It's a sea lions. California sea lion. This is Stellar sea lion. Definitely different. That's big.
This was interesting. It says that nearly all mammals have 5 fingers, 5 digits on their limbs. Of course, some humans have 6 or more.
Look at this display on the floor. Isn't that neat? That's that black bear's white. Where the teddy bear came from. Teddy Roosevelt. Can't hear it. Grizzly bears. Yellowstone.
As I mentioned earlier, when there's background music playing, I have to get rid of the sound because I don't have a license to it. YouTube will reject me if I don't do that. So just this will be quiet. You don't hear the children having a good time, but I hope you still enjoy it. We were fascinated by the quality of the displays at this Denver museum. See how it looks much bigger than it really is. It's just the depth perception is incredible, and just the quality of everything. It's like you're really there. So these really, the whole museum was that way. Truly amazing displays. The museum was so large and there were so many wonderful displays. It was easy to get turned around and not know if we'd already seen something or not. So that's the reason some of this looks like we're not sure where we're going. That's why.
This is an awesome display. Titles Glacier Shape Elastic Landscape. They have done an amazing job on this display. How to make a diorama. They're showing how they do it. A lot of work. You know, putting those like that, putting those plants out there, I guess they wire all those together. Is that what it looks like?
Well, they wouldn't need to wire them together because they're not touched. They could just glue them in place.
And making fake trees shows how they do it. That's neat. Bog, marsh, or swamp. Bogs. Marshes and swamps grow from the bottom up. Bogs form from the top down. Interesting, I didn't know that. Alaska Sitka deer.
Fortunately, bat numbers are decreasing across the planet. In addition to pesticides, white nose syndrome, really human disturbance is the main contributor to bats' demise.
That's why abandoned mines like the Orion are so important for bats. All over the West, bats are losing natural habitat. Old mines are being repurposed with special bat gates or fences so the bats can come and go without being disturbed.
We're down here. We're gonna have lunch in the T-Rex Cafe. There's things to build your own salad bar and some other stuff. On the third floor, got Egyptian mummies, wildlife halls, prehistoric journey. Let's go in there. 99% of everything that's lived is now extinct.
That's not a shark, that's a fish.
I know.
It's Dunkleosteris.
What they call it?
Dunkleosteris.
A little hard to see in here with this iPhone camera. Kansas coastline. Look at that monitor, what it looks like in here. Flickering.
Why is that?
Because that's old.
But why does it look like that in there and it's not flicking?
Because your eyes, it's fast enough here, that your eyes, it merges together. You don't see the difference. But this is working on 60 hertz, you can see that difference.
I saw that.
The noticing that as we've been driving.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, what's that?
See, a more modern screen doesn't flicker like that. Fossil log. Can't get rid of the reflection in there. anybody watching this should go to the Fernbank Museum in Atlanta. They have got a humongous sauropod there. Diplodocus.
How did it plan to found classification of the building? Well, for one thing, they ultimately lost about 60 to 70% of the tree species of the world.
In the museum's laboratories, scientists also examined licensed fossil minerals, such as plant pollen and sensor cells.
A devastated landscapes after a storm eruption. Ferns are the first plants to come back. What I'm looking at here are the fossilized fern spores that spike in the rock record just above the KT boundary layer.
Meanwhile, back in the field,
Here we are in the Valley of the Last Dinosaurs, southeastern Montana, where we found over 30 partial dinosaur skeletons leading right up to the KP boundary, or that moment in time when dinosaurs were extinct.
evidence for a tremendous asteroid collision with Earth is strong. But where is the impact crater? The answer lies off the coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula.
You ever heard of anything like this?
No, I don't remember seeing that one before.
It's like a pig.
Look at his teeth, his big fangs.
More clues are hidden in the rock too. The fossilized
That is strange. Hideous herbivore. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with it.
animals that lived here died, were buried by layers of sand and mud.
Big bird.
Like paleontology. Turtles, crocodiles, small mammals, lizards, and
The fact that they're so small can almost impact the ecosystem. It looks sweet. We've studied an orangutan.
In another line of
human
evidence,
mother
sampling the
moored
chemistry of
loss
rock with deep underground pores provides additional
That thing there, I don't ever remember seeing that.
I don't ever see anything like that.
Yeah. That is a good one. It is herbivore. I got a mammoth on the other side of this,
Where?
over there. You go around the corner. These are rhinos. See, rhinos in North America.
We don't call things ugly, we call them big dumb boys. I'm king of the big dumb boy.
Look at that.
That would be horrible.
What is that? Some kind of pig?
Pig.
A big pig, I would say. That is a big pig.
What's the name of it?
Does it have it on? Here it is. What is it? Say it. Carnivorous pig-like Entelodon. Diphonous Linda. That would be amazing. As you can imagine running out in the woods and running into that. Look at its mouth, those teeth and everything. Wow. Yeah. I don't remember ever seeing one like that before.
What is that?
Giant pig-like animal.
Dinohyas.
That's the skull of that. Looks like it.
Skull
Yeah.
is from Dinohyas, Nebraska woodland.
Look at this pile of bones, honey. It says it contains parts of 10 to 15 skeletons. Man. Sure like bones. Horse evolution.
So what kind is that? Why is it tossed downward?
It's something else. It says this cub, that's a tortoise. This is a Geophyterium fitzi, Native American elephant. I never heard of that particular name.
Of the many different hominids that lived over millions of years, modern humans are the only species to survive. Touch the screen to learn more. Human evolution isn't a straight, easy to understand progression. The primates whose descendants were later.
Now that is what I call a skull. Look at the size of his tusks. That must have been a Columbian mammoth. It is, because they were bigger than the woolly mammoth. I tell you what, you got to be a patient person to do all this work. Gosh, they got a lot of people in here working. I can smell dust from it, can you?
Well, yeah.
What a tedious job. Golden eagle. Oh, it's basically a bird nest inside a cactus. Bald eagles. Guatemala. Big Pine Key, Florida. in Guyana. This is a humongous bird exhibit. California condors. Now, that's what I call an egg. Looks like an extinct elephant bird egg. See cypress knees. Whooping cranes. Man, there are a ton of birds in here.
Look in the exhibit how they even have made a way to make it look like dust is being kicked up. Even in the background. That is truly.
Yeah, that's good. Termites. So they've got horns instead of antlers. It's like a hyena. Aardvark. Pangolin. Aardwolf. It's not a hyena. Look, when they did this, how it gives the appearance of going way back there.
Right.
But it can't possibly be because the other display is right there.
So
That is
very,
good.
very, very good.
Yeah, it looks
Real.
amazingly wide open.
The depth.
Yeah. You can see how that looks like it goes way out that way. But it can't because this is here. I don't know. Whatever they did, it's very realistic looking. Kalahari. This is actually not a true desert. South America and Botswana, Africa.
Very strange looking at them.
Look how long their legs are.
Uh-huh.
That Linda downstairs, she told me to make sure we see that exhibit right over there behind us.
What?
This exhibit, Jim Carvings. She said it's really nice. We'll go in there. Rhea.
Oh, look at all the
Rhea.
ideas. You know, they had to kill an entire family to get that. I don't like that. But
Oh, I could either, but I had to delete a lot of the sound in here because they were playing Russian
I guess Russian folk music, I guess. Not sure what it was, but to be in compliance with YouTube's copyright rules, I tried to blank most of that music out as much as I could.
The process for creating a hard stone sculpture begins with an idea and a sketch. Figures are then sculpted out of modeling clay, molded, and transferred to a plaster cast, used as a reference throughout the stone cutting process. Next, stones are selected that correspond to the desired color and property of each part of the figure. No paint is ever used in the final stone sculpture.
Did you hear
Only
that?
the stone's natural
No
color.
paint's ever used.
With
That's
incrementally
amazing.
smaller saws, the stones are cut down to the appropriate size. Water is always used to cool the tools and flush out excess stone particles. Drills of different sizes and materials are used to carve out details.
That's
A full
amazing.
20% of the
It
time
is.
is spent on polishing each stone to the desired shine. Finally, the sculptures are assembled using a system of holes and rods to loop.
How did he do that?
He's even got little fold lines on the knuckles and all.
From lavish palaces to massive monolithic vases, popular in the 18th century, stones have long symbolized Russia's wealth and power.
What a talent.
The turn of the 20th
Patience,
century
too.
saw the advancement in Russia of a technique developed during the Italian Renaissance, that of three-dimensional polychrome hardstone mosaics. Noted Russian practitioners include Denisov Uralsky, as well as artisans in the workshop of Peter Karl Fabergé, famous for his jeweled eggs and luxurious trinkets. After the Russian Revolution, private workshops ceased to operate, and stonework became a tool to support and promote the aims of the Soviet state and the Communist Party. While some examples
I wonder how he got his
of
hands on all
hardstone
those
sculptures from the early Soviet
gems
era
and
do exist.
stone and
Knowledge
everything.
of
Look at that
this art form
umbrella.
largely faded from the public imagination.
How is that
In the 1960s and 70s, Vasily Vasilovich Konovalenko, a Leningrad step designer from Ukraine,
Surely not.
who revived three-dimensional
It's just
No,
a
no,
sculpture.
it's a
Okay.
gold-plated silver.
to new levels.
Okay.
And
Dogged by political challenges, Konovalenko immigrated to the United States in 1981. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Konovalenko's works were again recognized and celebrated in Russia. His influence is evident in the works of contemporary stone carvers in Russia and beyond.
All rocks and fossils are composed of minerals. Minerals have a specific internal structure, and the way that minerals arrange themselves, it changes the hardness, the strength, and the shape of those end product materials. So
Prisoners.
Konovalenko used all different types of minerals in his work. Materials that were formed from 100 million years ago to 3 billion years ago.
it's nice to tell you what the minerals are that they used.
Materials that were very soft. And even use materials that have crystals that are so small that fracture completely, like glass. We use assemblages of minerals that were
Sonnet too.
Another raw material that Konovalenko uses is petrified wood. Wood has been replaced by microscopic quartz or silica. He used fossils in his work as well, Konovalenko's sculptures have many elements that are just mind-blowing. It's as if he could see into the mineral and know that there was an imperfection in there that he was later going to use to be a wart. He used a variety of materials to show water in really elegant ways. They could be cloudy, icy.
Do you notice they've got little humidity
You can have foam in it, debris.
things in there?
Even some cream in
See 'em?
the tea, even a splatter.
They don't have them at all.
Russia became a tool to support and promote the aims of the Soviet state and the Communist Party. While some examples of three-dimensional hard stone sculptures from the early Soviet era do exist, knowledge of this art form largely faded from the public imagination. In the 1960s and 70s, Vasily Vasilyevich Konovalenko, a Leningrad set designer from Ukraine, would revive three-dimensional hard stone sculptures, taking the form to new levels. Dogged by political challenges, Konovalenko...
I know this is a long video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would, please like the video, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We got a lot more videos coming up. Museums, national parks, science projects, you name it. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you.